Hey guys, welcome back. This is the final day, day 8. They completed pretty much everything today. So I started the first video standing and looking down our driveway and I'm starting here again. So they have finished. They finished cleaning up the path. They finished the second flower bed here. They added some sod just to keep things tidy along the flower bed and the path. They seeded the clover all in this area. They did 2 passes just to make sure that there was enough coverage. So you'll see and they've mulched these 2 beds. There's mulch there. So they added a second layer of this gravel here down the path just to make sure that it's clean. So there's a little strip of grass on the right side. This whole flower bed has been mulched as well. They've sorted out the plumbing. So we now have a splitter, one where we can hook up a hose, one which is the line that is underground and goes up to the spigot in the garden area. Let me see what else was done today. It was mostly just finishing up odds and ends. We're about to come out and do a second watering. It was a very hot day today. So we're gonna water the grass again. We're gonna have to do that once or twice a day for the next little while. There's our spigot, functional with water. And then, let me go in here and I'll explain what we're gonna be doing. So this is, I better stand out of the way because it does work. Woo. So there's the water. We're going to be hooking up a hose link down here, which pivots. So that's why we said, you know what, let's keep the spigot on one side, and then we'll put the hose link in the front, so that we'll be able to retract the hose to water the veggie garden. Just get back out of here, and I'm not going to walk on the grass. I'll just go around back to the front. What else? I think that was it back here. And then there was some more in the front and on the north side of the property. Bear with me. It's a bit of a trek. Okay, so then you'll remember that we wanted to extend the parking pad, which they've done. So now they've just basically extended it. It used to just be, ignore the porta potty, they're gonna come and pick that up. It used to be about 2 cars worth, so they just extended it a little bit more. And then they added more sod up the north side here. I'll go in the shade so we can see a little bit better. They added some sod just to come up and meet this line, which is essentially lined up with the house. And then just cleaned up some of the soil behind it just to keep things tidy. And I think that's pretty much it, but they are done. So tomorrow, we're going to the garden center. We're going to the garden center to start. One, I need plants for my front patio pots, although the daffodils are looking pretty good there. Look how cheery. But we're getting to the point where I'm going to be swapping these out for summer. And then to start looking at what to put here. I did some research over the past few days just to think about what we want to put there. And I miss our Japanese maple. And I'm thinking of like a burgundy, dark green, chartreuse green, white mix in both of these beds. But once we get to the garden centers, we'll see what that looks like. And then I have a whole list of plants that I have already planned for this area. And most of what we'll be looking for will be those things if we can find them and in the quantity that we want. And make substitutions, it is what it is. Go with the flow. All right, I'm gonna go help my husband set up the watering and all of that. That's gonna be a whole a whole thing for this evening, but we're super happy. Oh my God, I can't believe it's finally done. It's awesome. All right, day 8, phase 2. Phase 2 is complete. We already have a list already for phase 3, but let's get through this year. Let's plant as much as we can, take care of our sod, get the clover germinating, and we'll take it from there. Thanks everybody. See you next time.